we're back, and this is another special vlog. This one is close.
This one's real special.
Real special, means a lot. It's gonna show a lot and prove a lot. And I'm looking forward to the unveil of this with a special bunch of people. Herman?
It's the right day for it. We're passionate about this particular car because it is your passion project, but we'll get mushy later. I want to have a close look at the car.
I am so excited about this one. This one is special, means a lot, and is really close to the heart.
Let's have a look. We're here on this beautiful sunny day to unveil MAKDDY. This car has been in progress for a while now. Tell us about where it started and why did you rebuild it this time and how long it's taken? Where are we at?
I think we're about 2 years in almost. We crashed the MAK-34, and we said that in between, you know, rebuilding MAK-34, let's do a little in-between project. So Am said, why don't we build a VL? That's where it started. That's where, you know, we all started racing back in the day and got into this, both him and I.
But tell us, you're both passionate about VLs. But,
VL is life. Fuck GDRs.
Yeah, straight out.
but why, for you personally, is the VL a big deal?
Look, growing up, you know, in the 90s, that's what it was. You know, you had a VL turbo, you were the shit, or they were the shit, and it was just the best of both worlds, you know, a turbo car and a Holden. It was simple, you know.
In 2025,
here we are, same car.
Definitely.
So now you've got obviously a partnership with Matux Racing. You built the car, and we've had some input from some of the other guys here. Joe Profab, you did the bar work. And tell us a little bit more about what you did there.
Well, can I go back a little bit
Please.
to Summernats, what was it? Summernats?
2024?
23, I think.
23.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah,
We were actually there and we seen that.
That's the HP record day, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Correct,
we seen it make the record and I was like, wow. Went up and had a bit of a closer look at this car and I thought, oh, this is just a factory VL with a roll cage. I thought, how's this going to handle all this horsepower? And then, Milrad approached me, I think at the Summernats, and he approached me to scale it and set it up to send it down the racetrack. And I basically looked at him and I said, it's a stock VL, you know, like what are we setting up? And then it started, you know, like we did some updates to make the car safe enough to make the trip down the track, and it did, but there was other little issues, and I think it was more gearbox and engine or converter, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, we hadn't even got on top of that, and the car came back and we went a bit further with the bar work and lightened the car up with some carbon fibre. They added a water to air, and Anthony made some more power, so.
Ready for war.
Yeah.
Have we got steel roof and quarters on this car?
Yeah, it's still roof and quarters, yeah.
And all the doors are carbon, bonnet's carbon?
Fiberglass.
Fiberglass.
Fiberglass? Okay, and we've got some, looks like we've got some big tubs in the back.
It's actually still a 275.
Yeah, the tubs are not huge,
carbon tubs.
But
Have we still got original chassis rails in it?
It's still there.
yeah, still there, yep.
And as far as the...
It's ready for Brighton.
Ready?
Young cruising, mate.
Bay Street.
Bay Street there.
Now, the gearbox. Freddie from ProTrans, tell us a bit about what you've done there and where it came from and where it's heading.
Gearbox, well, we got a phone call from Mr. MAKDDY himself there. Wanted to get a trans set up for the car, so we hooked him up with a 3-speed lockup turbo 400 and an M&M lockup converter for it with all the latest triple dumps and all the good bits in it.
I think we did a nice billet flywheel for that.
And yeah, then you guys took over trying to get it to fit with the clutch can and stuff. Just waiting for the day to see how it all performs.
Let go of the button.
Let go of the button.
Well, we know it already made 2,500 horsepower, so tell us about what you've done now to freshen it up.
2,500 is cute. Yeah, trust me. Well, I think we'll make 3,000 all day. With the setup we got in now, so there's no use raping on the dyno. We know there's no misfiring. So that's the thing we care about. The car's got 2,500. It's ready to go down the track. I'm not driving it. Big Joe's driving it. So that was a bit of my choice. Murad agreed with me.
Are you getting sick of driving cars, mate?
When you got fucking 5 or 6 cars or 10 cars racing and you're driving 2 or 3 of them, it becomes
That's enough.
Yeah.
abnormal.
Well, we need him to do his job
Frankie.
and
So
focus on the tuning as well.
I'd rather be behind the car. Obviously, being behind the car, I can see what the car does. I can see what it needs. It's so much easier. So we can proceed faster. Like you know what I mean. The job we can get down.
More hands on deck.
More hands on deck. So the less I'm driving, the more I can do. So plus I got to drive the VL. Plus there's fucking other customers want help, and this becomes a mission. And the older we get, I think the less missions we want to do.
Definitely.
It's not all because it's not all about the engine. Obviously, we've got to work in
Everything.
the chassis, the whole suspension has to work.
Gearbox, converter. The driver has to listen. You know what I mean? And the biggest problem I have, I can't listen to myself. So I tell myself we're going half track, and then the next minute I'm at the finish line. You know what I mean? So I can turn him off. So he can do whatever he wants. He can hold it flat. The car, as soon as I hit 3 or 4 seconds, there's no more power. You know. So it's all fun and games when I'm not driving. It's better.
What kind of times are we aiming for as a group? What did we build the car for? What do you want to see?
Surely 5s, wouldn't it be?
Well, originally the car was built to
run mid-sixes.
to run mid-sixes and compete
Which we
with
did.
the twin cam record, which we did.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, we took the record for a short period of time there. And then, yeah, look, I said, now, why don't we just push it and try and run as fast as it can go? How fast? Look, these guys are obviously the pros and that's what they do, but...
It's got the power to run 5s. It's got more than enough power to run 5s. If the car, the driver can handle the rest, I think the job will be done.
The car was already fast, based on what it did, before we redid everything. It was already fast, and it was already probably on its way to running a low second
or
pass.
630 already.
It looks like a show car. It's going to run high 5s, right?
They look like a show car before. That's why they're doing a photo shoot now, because after the first burnout, I think it's going to be fucked. None of us know that. They look pretty now, that's why we're here.
Well, speaking of pretty, the question on my mind, you know obviously VL God, because it's been your baby for years. How does this build compare to that? Because we know what times that runs. Is this going to be a faster car?
VL God is like a grandmother on Viagra. You can't get any better. This is like a 2025, so this is like being fresh, and VL God's like on Viagra.
Yeah.
It works every now and then. So, that's the truth, you know?
Well, there's a lot happening with the VLs at the moment.
Well, everyone's shooting for the stars. Some will get there, some won't, or all of us will, who knows? But the journey begins now.
I just spoke to Chris CK, he's building a Pro Mod now. Single cam still, so obviously single cam, twin cam, but people are passionate about VLs. You've got George from CRD Camp with his new VL, it's amazing. So, man, I'm keen to see them all out here racing it out, trying to get to the 5s.
It should be fun.
And then which car?
Mate, who knows? We've got enough headaches on our plate, so I think we'll try and tackle what we have at the moment.
You've got a lot happening, and so do you. Obviously, the Don's getting built with Joe now, getting rebuilt, and they'll be out soon.
They're selling cars.
Made us selling cars.
They're paying invoices, we're good, man. No, we love Joe, man. We love Joe.
Are you suggesting he charges a lot of money?
No. This is very smart businessman.
Because I think between you two, wow.
Mate.
They're smart and they're smart. I think I'm smart, he's smarter.
Not me, I just give it away.
Just an upcut.
Maybe just older and wiser.
I think it's what it is, that's what it is. Older and wiser and a bit more Viagra.
Nah, look, it's obviously always a pleasure and an honour to work with such a great group of people that have been around for such a long time, like yourselves, that have been doing this and have all been part of some sort of build that have either broken records or paved the way for great things to happen in the scene and in Australia
And it's people,
internationally.
people like you that are helping people like us get together with Freddie and do stuff together. You know, we always work
100%.
together. So it's the glue, which is...
Yeah, look, I think, you know, we all sort of, us, you know, as a team now understand that having the right team is the biggest part in getting you to where you want to get. And without it, you know, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. And, you know, putting a group of people like this together is obviously a testament to, you know, everyone being able to work together and to continue then to work together, whether it's now through, you know, other customers and stuff like that. So everyone's growing as a team and as businesses, and that's great to see, because it's not just all about, you know, one car, one person sort of thing. And that's what, you know, at the end of the day, yous are all a business, and, you know, we want to see yous grow. You know, Freddie, you know, coming on board and helping us and being a part of it has been amazing. He's awesome. He's very well knowledged and level-headed. Obviously, Joe, previously, you know, we've had the experience with him with the car and the work that he did beforehand. The only reason why the car went back to Joe was because, you know, we said, while we're in the midst of doing all these changes and we're going to have to change mid plates and, you know, put cans and stuff like that, why don't we try and make the car a bit better than what it was, and a bit safer and, you know, lighter and so forth. So every single step and progression that's happened in this car, which, mind you, was just a side project that Anthony wanted to, you know, have in between of rebuilding MAKDDY 4, has progressed now into something which is, you know, Australia's iconic drag racing car. You know, when you think of a VL, the whole of Australia knows the VL supports the
nothing
VL.
like a four-door sedan, mate.
100%. You know, that's our Fox.
It's where we started RBing the world.
100%. And then, you know, with you obviously being on board and helping us and creating manufacturing parts that we needed, like, you know, the flex plates, custom colors, everything in between. And, you know, losing a whole bunch of money again, but I love you for it. It's been awesome. And then, you know, Jonathan, you know, young, smart guy that switched on, that obviously knows his shit. He's had a lot of play in this, right, Joe? He's probably did most of the work on it himself, and has had, you know, all the involvement in it, and, you know, making sure that it gets to where it needs to and where it needs to be at. So,
well, we dropped off those mid plates and everything. That was about a year ago, mate?
Yeah.
So it's come a long way in a short time.
Yeah.
And it's a show car quality build.
That's how we do it, right?
Not as quick as the Don, but it's quick.
Well, we'll see how we go, huh?
What new car you ordered? Ferrari or something? What do you order now?
Lambo like yours.
Just take mine because it's easier.
He's on his second Lambo. We're talking yachts now.
Anyway, about this car, we're going to have a good look over it so you can have a look as well with us through the camera before we go and ruin it.
100%.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. And as always, I'll be the fucking world.